data appeared, and then you can see that your mouse start working. And if suppose your mouse is not attached with your computer and start showing you the message mouse not found, right? And your keyboard start working, other devices which you have attached with your computer start working, right? You can use those things. Means that process, that switching on the computer, that process in which you are just making your computer awake to do work, that process is called booting. Then there are two types of booting: cold booting and warm booting. Cold booting means they both are used to switch on the computer, okay? But what is the difference between cold booting and warm booting? The main difference between cold and warm booting is that the cold booting is the process of starting up the computer that is turned off, which is totally switched off, while warm booting is the process of restarting the computer. Mind it, restarting the computer without interrupting power. It is also called rebooting, booting startup or boot up. Okay. सो इन सिंपल लैंग्वेज, आपका कंप्यूटर बंद पड़ा है, बिल्कुल पावर सप्लाई ऑफ पड़ी है, आपने अपनी पावर सप्लाई ऑन की, अपने कंप्यूटर को ऑन किया, दैट विल कम अंडर द कैटेगरी ऑफ कोल्ड बूटिंग. आपने अपने कंप्यूटर को रीस्टार्ट कर दिया, आपका कंप्यूटर चल रहा था, आपने उसको रीस्टार्ट कर दिया, आपकी पावर सप्लाई आपने नहीं खत्म की थी, वो चल रही थी, तो दैट कंसेप्ट इज कॉल्ड वार्म बूटिंग. Okay, so the question can come to you: what is the difference between compiler and interpreter? What is the difference between cold booting and warm booting? What is booting? Such type of small questions. Okay. Next, evolution of operating system. Now I already told you one thing, that whatever the technology, whatever the devices we are using, always amendments take place in those things. Whether we are using any computer, whether we are using any gadget, our laptops, our you can say mobile phones, or televisions, you can see that so many generations are there, means so much development take place in them. So same way development is taking place in the operating systems too, in the programming languages too. Okay, so two types of operating system we can see here. First one is command user interface and graphical user interface. Command user interface. What is the meaning of this? Command user interface is that operating system in which we have to type commands. Whatever the task we want to get it done from our computer, we have to type tasks. Whether you want to open a new file, whether you want to save your file, whether you want to do any work in that, you have to use commands. You have not used this operating system, so that's why you are not very much aware about it. That is command user interface, in which we have to type commands to do all the tasks. Next is graphical user interface, GUI. Very easy. You are using GUI operating system. What is the meaning of that? Suppose you want to save your file. What do? You click on the save button. You can see that save button. You can see that new button, and everything is appear on your screen in the form of buttons or picture. Okay, you need not to type the command, that you have to type a command to save your file or to open your file. No, you just need to click on the things and the things get it done, right? Simple. That is graphical user interface. The graphical user interface is a type of user interface that allows user to interact with electronic devices through graphical icons and visual indicators, such as secondary notations instead of text-based user interface, typed command label, or text navigation. You have seen, you have start button, you can see my computer, network, and all those things are available in the form of icons, right? You just need to click over there. So this is the difference between CUI and GUI. CUI means command user interface, in which you have to type commands to do each and every task. Another is GUI, in which you just need to click to use that particular thing. That's it. And right now you are using GUI, your Windows, that is with the concept of GUI. Alright. I want to tell you one example of CUI, that is MS-DOS. Okay. disk operating system. Next is utility softwares. Whenever you are doing work on your computer, then computer is doing so many tasks. Like for example, you are using cut copy command. You cut the material, and for some times it is there with you, and you go into another file, and over there you copy the material, right? You paste the material, cut, paste, copy, paste, whatever the commands you are using. Like, and in your computer you are doing work, but side by side antivirus softwares are working. They are checking your files, they are checking the data whether there is any virus or not, right? And you can browse your different kinds of files, PowerPoint files, Word files, right? You can compress your file, you can manage your disk, you can format your disk, you can manage your different drives like C drive, D drive, your different drives are there, you can manage those drives. So how this is happening? Which softwares we are using? Those are utility softwares. Okay, utility softwares are those software which are helpful programs that ensure the smooth functioning of the computer. Okay, for example, antivirus software, file management tools, compression tools, disk management tool, device drivers. Next, open source concept. This term is used to refer those categories of software whose license do not impose much conditions. Some of them are number one. So what I have done here, I just try to cover up all the things in single line. You will read just one line and you can elaborate the definition as much you want. Like free software, I am giving all the feature. Freely accessible, usable, customizable, improved, or distributed. Let me explain it. Freely accessible means आपको उस सॉफ्टवेयर को असेस करने के लिए मनी पे नहीं करनी पड़ रही. यूजेबल, आप उसको यूज कर सकते हैं. कस्टमाइजेबल मीन्स आप उसमें एडिटिंग कर सकते हैं, अपनी रिक्वायरमेंट के अकॉर्डिंग उसमें चेंजेस कर सकते हैं, आप जिसको इम्प्रूव कर सके या आप जिसको आगे फर्दर डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर सके. मतलब वो मशीन डिपेंडेंट नहीं है, वो किसी और जिस मशीन पे बने हैं उसी पे यूज़ नहीं करने, आप किसी और को भी आगे भी यूज़ कर सकते हैं, किसी और मशीनरी पे भी यूज़ कर सकते हैं, किसी और यूज़र के साथ भी शेयर कर सकते हैं. डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड. ओके. नेक्स्ट इज ओपन सोर्स सॉफ्टवेयर. सेम अगेन, फ्रीली यूजेबल, customizable, improved, or distributed, but not always free of cost. ये ज़रूरी नहीं है कि आपको ओपन सोर्स सॉफ्टवेयर हमेशा फ्री मिल जाए. ठीक है. थर्ड कैटेगरी, प्रोप्राइटरी सॉफ्टवेयर्स, नीदर ओपन नॉर फ्रीली अवेलेबल. ना ही आप उनको ओपन कर सकते हैं, ना ही वो फ्रीली आपको अवेलेबल हैं. यूज़ कर सकते हैं, कस्टमाइज कर सकते हैं, इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं, डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं. कब? जब आप इनको खरीद लें या आपके पास उसके प्रोप्राइटरी राइट्स हों. फ्रीवेयर, फ्रीली असेसिबल, यूजेबल, डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड, बट कांट बी कस्टमाइज्ड. जो आप अपनी रिक्वायरमेंट के अकॉर्डिंग कस्टमाइज्ड नहीं कर सकते, जिनको आप अकॉर्डिंग अपनी नीड के अकॉर्डिंग कस्टमाइज नहीं कर पाएंगे, वो कौन से सॉफ्टवेयर हैं? फ्रीवेयर सॉफ्टवेयर. एंड नेक्स्ट इज शेयरवेयर, फ्रीली accessible, यूजेबल, बट फॉर अ लिमिटेड पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. आपने देखा होगा नेट पे मेनी सॉफ्टवेयर आर अवेलेबल, यू आर यूजिंग दैट सॉफ्टवेयर बट इट गिविंग यू दैट इट इज फॉर ट्रायल एंड यू कैन यूज इट फॉर दिस मच टाइम, एंड इफ यू वांट टू यूज इट फर्दर you have to pay money. Okay. And one thing I want to tell you here, that these types of software sometimes launched by the proprietor or by the company just to get the feedback of the user, or how much it will get popular, real people like it or not. Such type of data they can get it by giving the software for a trial purpose or something. Okay. You sometimes what happened that you become habitual of that software, you like that software and you start doing so much work and you really keen to buy that, right? So they are in this sense they are making their customers, right? So you just have to understand the simple terms: accessible, usable, customizable, improved, or distributed. So you can just check the which software, which feature is attached with which software, and that's it. Okay. Next, commonly used operating system. You just have to see the names: Linux, Windows, BOS, Celeris, Android, iOS. Just the name. For your knowledge, I have written a little bit detail also. If you want to read it, you can get it whatever is written here, simple language. But not like this that questions are arise. They will just, the question can be give some examples of commonly used operating system. Okay. You can explain Android. In the your mobiles you are using Android, iOS. In Apple phones we are using iOS. Okay. Next, evolution of programming languages. So previously also I told you this thing, that in every concept evolution take place. We discussed whether it is mobiles, your computer, your television, any other gadget, and same way in programming languages too. So two types of programming languages are there: low level programming language, high level programming language. Low level programming languages example: machine and assembly language. These are machine oriented and require extensive knowledge of computer circuitry. Why? Because these are not using common words which can be understood by simple programmer or user. Only that programmer can understand these languages which understand the computer circuit system too. Why? Because it is very raw. It is in the form of, it is very in the raw form. Only then it is very easy for machine, but it is difficult for the programmer. Okay, it is more, you can say it is more closer towards the machine, less closer to the programmer. Machine language use binary codes and assembly language use symbolic names for the machine operations, read, add, etc. मैं फिर से ये बात दोबारा से रिपीट करना चाहूँगी. लो लेवल प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस वो होती हैं जो ज़्यादा डिफ़िकल्ट होती हैं, कॉम्प्लेक्स होती हैं समझने के लिए. क्यों? क्योंकि उनमें यूज़र फ्रेंडली और प्रोग्रामर फ्रेंडली वर्ड्स कम यूज़ किए जाते थे. वो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा मशीन के क्लोज होती थी, मतलब जो मशीन में कन्वर्ट करनी ईजी हो जाए. मशीन के लिए, हमारे लिए समझने के लिए कॉम्प्लेक्स, पर मशीन के लिए ईजी. राइट. अब अगर मैं लिखूँ वाई, सपोज मैं लिखूँ वाई, तो वाई इज ईजी टू अंडरस्टैंड फॉर मी बट नॉट फॉर कंप्यूटर. कंप्यूटर विल कन्वर्ट इनटू 100011. And if I write 100011, that is easy to understand for computer but not for me. Okay. Next is high level programming languages. These programming languages offer English like keywords and use of variables and constant. Thus they are easy to use. Variable and constant, these two terms we will do when we will start programming. The programs written in HLL are converted into machine language using compiler. Okay, compiler क्या है हम पढ़ चुके हैं. And the diagram is showing you the examples also. Okay. Next, generations of programming languages. We have read about the generations of computer. Now here the concept is generations of programming languages. First generation, second generation, third generation, fourth and fifth generation programming languages. And I again summarize the things in one slide and it becomes very easy for you to understand. First generation programming language, also called machine language, consists of 0 and 1 only, no compiler required. For example, machine language, right? And then second generation, also called assembly language, little bit more difficult for computer than this machine language. It used nomic stand of 0 and 1. Assembler was used to translate code into machine language. In assembly language, we use assembler to convert assembly language into the machine language. And next is third generation programming language, designed to be easier to understand by humans, used basic English keywords. Fortran, COBOL, ALGOL are the sub of them. See, it is difficult for you to understand 0 1 1 1 0, but is easy for you to understand select, let, right? These types of small English keywords. So that contained by third generation programming language. And next is fourth generation programming language, designed to be closer to natural language. Natural language means which we are using to communicate with each other. And SQL is the one of the example. We will do SQL. Next is fifth generation, based on solving using constraint given to the programs rather than using an algorithm written by a programmer. Prolong, OPS 5 and Mercury are example of fifth generation language. We will discuss it later. Firstly, we will do up to fourth generation programming language only. Thank you. That's it. First chapter is over.